Okay, like I said, where price has rejected in previous times, where there are multiple week rejections, if you look at lower time frame, you see there was a multiple week rejection here, so when I see such, I will plot my line. Actually, I should be using triangles. Okay, actually these are zones in which price has to respect. It doesn't really have to react from the line. Okay, they are more like zones. So on seeing this bounce here, I just brought my line, placed it on that area, looking for price to react there. So each time price comes back, and mind you, this is a daily time frame. Each time price comes back to those levels, then I can now look out for my next set of confirmation. That's why even before, after having these phase 2 touches here, after how many months, I say, and the previous touch here was February, and the next time price came back to this resistance area here was March. So price bounced, respected that area again. So if you were trading sales in this area, you still be sales or buys though, you still be in good profits on this area. So hence, each time price comes to such areas, especially that of support and resistance areas of higher time frame, your daily time frame and your 4-hour time frame, those are my two time frames in which I put into consideration. Price normally reacts from those areas. So you can see price reacted on this area. These lines, I have them marked out, like you can see here. I have them marked out on my system long before all this happened. So same thing with this area here. Let me zoom out. Same thing with these areas here where we have this multiple week rejection here, this week rejection here. I just took the support area of this place and that of this place, then I just placed my line. Hence, each time price comes back to this area, I'll look for my next set of confirmation on price to react from this area, either as a trend continuation or for a reversal. So if I scale down to my 4-hour time frame, you see we have been having nice sell entries, some in which I sent signal to you guys on the general group and more on the VIP group. You see that we were trading more sales. When price came into this area, we traded more sales. Hence why I always like to have those black lines marked out. If price does not come to my, I call these areas key levels. Okay, if price does not come to my key levels, which is my area of concentration, I don't trade. Okay, I only trade off price bouncing on my key levels, which are these black lines you see me drawing here. That's when I'll now, due to my top down analysis, I'll now look for either my buys or look for my sells. So this is a 4-hour time frame, and using the current market where price currently is, when I scale down to my lower time frame, we look for yes, this is 4 hours. For me, I look for chart patterns. Okay, when I scale down to my hourly time frame, after looking for my higher time frame support and resistance, when I come to my hourly time frame, I look for chart patterns, either trend continuation patterns or trend reversal patterns. For most of you that are not used to chart patterns, I actually have a video on how to spot chart patterns on YouTube. You can go to my YouTube page at my FX and check those out on how to spot chart patterns. So when price comes into those areas, then I can now react from there. Like these areas here, though I did not send the signal here to the general group, only on VIP. On price touching this area, giving us a triple top here. On the second touch, we thereafter anticipated a sell. So what happened here was the triple top. We saw one touch and we were anticipating a second touch, a reversal back to that area. So how we were able to make this entry was off after our good bullish engulfing candle, the close of a bullish engulfing candle, which is the break of this structure. We had sales and stop loss above these highs, little bit above that highs, because I don't actually put my stop loss just on that high, because price may just mitigate that area, weak out, and thereafter start going to our own direction. Then I like taking my profit at the 100% retracement level. My 100% retracement level is the closest support area or resistance area on that time frame. Like here now, this is a 100% retracement level. It's a 100% retracement level, but I like taking it from the body of the candle more than the wick of the candle. So if we extend here, it was a very nice smash take profit for us on VIP. So this buys that came, we were already out even before the buys came in. So currently, this is, since we already had these sales few days ago, I was focusing on other pairs like the V50 and the C300, which I send signal here on general group to you guys too. So we actually missed the second sale, but it's fine. But when I will have to make a re-entry from the way I trade, when I'll actually have to make a re-entry for this trade is when price is able to alter these lows. Okay, so I'll be patient enough to wait for price to alter the support level. Okay, react from that support level, retrace and give me a break and retest of this area, then before I could go for more sales on boom 1000. But if I don't have a good break and retest on that area, I will stay away from boom 1000. But overall, I'm seeing more bullish move. Okay, I'm seeing more bullish move on boom 1000 than sales. Because why am I saying so? Because price has altered these highs, broken out of these highs. So I'm seeing more bullish move than sell continuations on boom 1000. But for those of you that has been trading for a pretty long time, you know that forex is a game of patience. Is 80% patience and 20% execution. So you always have to wait for your kind of perfect setup to always play out before you react. Okay, so for me, if I'm to go for sales, I'll wait for price to break this lows, which is 1 hour support level, give me a break and a retest, then I can now sell. Okay, but if I don't have a good break and retest, then I'll look for buy continuations to the upside. But be it as it may, I'm really favoring the upside. I'm really favoring the upside than the downside. Why am I favoring the upside? Because if I go to my higher time frame, let's go back to our 4-hour time frame. There's one chart pattern in which I normally there's a chart pattern in which I like using in trading, which is called the divergence. Okay, so if I check my higher time frame, please, where's that noise coming from? Let me have to mute. Okay, Houston, I have to mute you. The noise is coming from your area. Okay, awesome. So I love trading divergence. Okay, why am I favoring the upside? Because if you look at how price has been moving, price actually created a divergence in in higher time frame. Let me take this off so that you guys can see perfectly. You see, I don't know how many of you knows about divergence. Divergence is actually, in a brief way, is actually when the price is moving to the opposite direction against what the RSI is doing. So here on the main chart, price is actually forming lower lows. Okay, price is going down, but here on the RSI, price is actually going up. So that's what we call divergence. They are doing opposite things. Okay, and this is all spotting this on a higher time frame. So price is creating lower lows on the main charts, and while on the RSI, let me zoom out so you guys can have a clearer picture. But while on the RSI, price is creating higher highs. Okay, there are more highs created on the RSI, while price is creating lower lows here. So on seeing this, we should be anticipating more sales than buys. So that's why I'm actually looking for more buys. Then from my higher time frame, if I plot my trend line, okay, if I plot my trend line, so the third touch of the trend line, I don't know how many of you know this, the third touch, we have a first touch here, we have a first touch here, second touch here. So apparently the third touch of the trend line normally does the magic. This may take a day or two. So when price is in this zone, if I'm to take buys, I will be waiting for price to come back to this key level of mine and react off this key level or react on my trend line. Then I can now look for buy opportunities. But if you may all ask me, I'm really favoring the upside than the downside because of the divergence in which I found here on a higher time frame. I rather trade the bigger picture than smaller pictures. I'm more of a swing trader and slightly day trading. Okay, so I always trade bigger pictures of the market. I trade with the flow of the market, just like what happened here. Okay, you may go ahead, please. You have to wait for a breaking structure, then before you can make an entry after spotting your divergence. You don't just see a divergence and you jump into a divergence. It could also bother you. Divergence is more like a holy grail, but it's not a holy grail because you still need every strategy. You need an additional confluence before you can make an entry. So if you are spotting a divergence like in this case here, okay, though we did not trade these buys, but for people that has been with us since last year, they will see the projection in which I dropped around here. The price is going to alter these highs. We were not trading, we were looking for buys, but we did not trade buys around this area below here because price did not alter any structure. So price was able to alter. We have to wait for price to alter the support level, sorry, a higher time frame resistance level like that of the 1 hour or that of the 4 hour. Then we can confirm that actually there is now change in trend direction, either for a trend continuation or for a retracement. So if we were to make entries, if we were to make buy entries, which we just did a little bit of scalping, was after price was able to break this structure. That's why you are seeing me drawing this rectangle line. All these lines has been here way back, but I was also looking at the bigger picture because if you squeeze the screen, you will see boom 1000 has been on a downtrend. So my bigger picture for price was sales than buys, even which I knew that price was going to retrace to either of this level. So from when price was at this phase black line, I started looking out for sales, but I did not make entries until price was above here because I did not find my chart patterns. For those of you that has been with us as at last year and early this year, this entry that we made here, it was on a live session just like this, and you all or most of you that were with us during that time saw how we were able to swing this swing the trade of this boom 1000 from this top all the way from this top to down here. So that was with the all right, go ahead.